Today I'm working with one of our new cling stamps. It's a great shadow image with flowers, and I've just stamped these with soft sand shadow ink, and I've cut a portion of my image to use for my card today. Let me get these out of the way. I'm going to be doing some watercoloring, and right here I have some Memento watercolor markers and some distress inks. I have walnut stain and peeled paint. I'm just going to blot these down on my acrylic block, and that's going to become my palette for my watercolors. So I've put walnut stain and peeled paint down on the block, and I want those to sit next to each other so I can mix them later. And now I'm just going to scribble on my markers onto the block. I have a light green and a dark green, so I have a great combination of colors going on. So I'm using a really fine tip watercolor paintbrush here, and I'm loading it up with water and ink, and I'm just going to start coloring in my little stems of my flowers. I'm just using fine strokes, and I usually kind of work upside down because I'm left-handed, and I try to pull towards myself instead of away. So I've reloaded with another color, and I'm just going to continue adding strokes. Right now I'm combining some of the walnut stain and peeled paint, and it gives me a little darker olive green. I like to use variations of colors when I'm doing leaves and stems because that's how they are in nature. So just keep going over, and you can also darken in areas if they're too light. I like to do some light colors, so sometimes I don't reload color on the brush and I just add more water. Just keep painting all the little stems and then try to skip over the little flowers and combine the colors as you like. Now I'm just distressing the edges of my little panel, and I'm just using walnut stain and my applicator. I haven't roughed up the edges, I'm just doing it with the ink. Gives me great definition around the edges. And this is a circle that I've purchased as it is, and I've just put down some pattern papers. It's a really pretty 7 Gypsies paper on the top and a Making Memories paper on the bottom. And I'm just darkening around. Getting pretty rough with it, just adding lots of color. Okay, now I'm just going to go ahead and glue my panel down, and I'm using my Glue Arts gun, and this is a high-tack adhesive. I'll just set this in place. I have all my little stems painted. Just going to set that in place. And then I've also cut a strip of 7 Gypsies paper, and this is more of a dark tone, which I kind of like to mix my papers up. And I'm just darkening the edges so you don't see the white core. And now I'll just glue that down. I just put down some glossy accents, and this will hold my lace trimming in place. I want something really secure to hold the edges from fraying, and glossy accents does the job for me. So this is an ornate plate, one of Tim Holtz's Ideology, and I've strategically placed my little foam squares so that I can set it on my project without interfering with the lace trim because it's kind of bumpy. So I'm just going to place this right onto my project and go ahead and press it down. And next I'll do all my trimming. Got my lace trim all trimmed up. And now I'm going to add some Prima flowers. I like to choose colors that kind of mix together but yet contrast against each other. So I have like a yellow, a blue, and a purple. So since my glossy accents is handy, I'm going to go ahead and use that to stick my flowers down. I'll use either this or a glue dot. It just depends. This was handy, so I grabbed it. And for this flower, I'm going to go ahead and make a little flower bud. And so I like to fold it in half. And you can either put a glue dot or the glossy accents inside. And kind of pinch it in half. Add a little more. And pinch it in half again. Then I'll add some just so that I can stick it down onto my project. And this dries really fast, and once it does dry, then you can go ahead and fluff up your little blossom leaves. Like so. Finally, I'm going to do my finishing touches. I cut in between my pearls to cut the glue away. Now I have individual pearls. And I'm just going to add them to my project with my pokey tool. And I like to just randomly place my pearls on my project. So here's the front. I've also glued a circle piece onto the back, and I've scored a line so it has an opening, and I've just added glue under there. And then I've cut a straight line across the bottom. This helps it to stand up since it is a circle. There we go. So this is my finished project. Thanks for joining me, and please visit us at www.heroarts.com. Have a great day.